Welcome to your daily focus, May the 3rd, 2022. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Absolutely. Thank you for showing up, for subscribing, for leaving a comment, for hitting the like button, for all you do for me. Thank you. We have the 3 energy. We have so much to talk about again. The energy is just so amazing. The 3 energy is about birth, creation. It's igniting your passion, your love of yourself, of your path forward, and embracing it. And knowing that there is a beautiful divine energy with the 3 surrounding you and helping you go forward. So tap into that about what you want to create, what you want to invent, what you want to give birth to. And maybe it's just you. Maybe you just want to step into a new identity. A new identity is wrong. Persona is what I heard, so I'll use that. Elevating yourself to who you want to be going forward. What you represent. What you think of yourself. What you say at that dinner party when they say, "Oh, tell me about yourself." So how do you start? Do you talk about your family? Do you talk about your job? Do you talk about your work in the community? Do you talk about your spiritual relationship with the divine, with God, your angels? Do you talk about your children? Do you talk about your house? Do you talk about your friends and the things that you do with your friends? How do you describe you? And how do you want to describe yourself going forward? When people say, "Oh, tell me about yourself." So the 3 energy is all about giving birth to. It's all about creating. It's all about inventing. Passions, dreams, desires, goals. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 14 energy. So having more by having less and understanding what true balance is to us, what happiness is to us, where we feel content, what we need in our lives in order to feel content, peace of mind, and how we can incorporate that into our lives. And having more by having less. You know, go through your pantry. Is there food in there that you don't need? Then give it to somebody who needs it. Or clothes. Does everything go in the attic or the basement or the closet? The garage? The shed out back? Wherever it might be. Where you store away those things and then you're like, why? Why did I keep this? Why did I keep that? You know, my mom, so, and forgive me if I'm not here a couple of days, or because I have to have my energy high in order to really, truly believe that I'm bringing through the right messages for you. But we are starting to clean out my mother's house now. So it's hard, it's emotional. But she was one of those people. My dad must have drove her crazy because he was a pack rat. She would, there used to be a rummage sale. She'd bring up like 3 bags to the rummage sale to get rid of all the junk, and my dad would come home with 4 bags. So, you know, that was just who my dad was, and unfortunately, he taught me well. So I'm in the same boat. But my mom, she, you know, as we look around, she really did purge. And what did she really need in her life in order to, you know, feel content and feel happy? And the things that are there are just, you know, priceless in memories. There's no junk. She got rid of the junk. So, but it's going to be, it's a big property, so it's going to take some time. So. So bear with me, but you know, it's the 14 energy. So I'm glad that we have that 14 energy, because I need it in order to say, you know, get rid of it, sell it. It can go to you. I can't part with that. I need that in my life. I need to set that on the shelf. And So find out your true balance, not your next door neighbors, not your best friend, not your partner, not your children. What do you need in your life to really feel that contentment, to feel that happiness? And when you start to look around out of those eyes with that perception, you see a lot of things that it's like, why do I have that? Why is that there? Why do I invite that into my life, into my energy, when I don't even like it, for goodness sakes? Or it does nothing for me, or it just looks like clutter to me. 1 + 4 is a 5, so it's all about bringing joy and giggles and happiness into our lives. Now, the big banner for, well, we have the Sun in Taurus. I should do that first, right? Sun in Taurus. Moon is in Gemini. But the really big thing happening is the Jupiter and Pluto are having this huge transit where they are getting along with each other. They're talking and they're harmonizing up in the sky for us, and it will allow us to initiate positive change in our lives. It could bring financial rewards. It is a commerce kind of energy. So I'll say that. You could help somebody, or you could help a group of people. You could meet somebody that just pushes you forward successfully in the path that you want to walk. Something that you've always wanted to do, create, be a part of. We have an increased faith, a confidence perhaps, definitely a increased insight. We could solve some long-standing problem that's been in our life. We could see or capitalize even a resource that we've had all along and we just didn't see it as a resource. Maybe when we're trying to decide having more by having less, we go, wait a minute, I could really use that and do this with it. We'll connect with our talents, our abilities, and by doing that, we'll embrace new directions. We'll want to walk forward. Now, the Sun is not getting along with Jupiter. I'll just give you that little tidbit right there. So what happens when the Sun isn't getting along with Jupiter is we can bite off a little bit more than we can chew. We might think that we've got all this energy or all this motivation behind us and it doesn't last, or we overestimate our strength, our durability, our vitality, our time, our resources in some way. So kind of keep everything in check, okay? You don't want to sign up for too much and not be able to do any of it. Be very cautious on what you are saying yes to, but do not be closing doors at this time either. Okay, let's turn to the cards. Okay, what is our shadow energy today? Look at this. It's time. It's time to lay that sack down. Look at how hard you have to work, how much energy you have to put into something right now just to take a step. And you may not be feeling it all that much, but are you really taking steps forward right now? Or do you feel like you're kind of in slow motion in a fast-paced world and you're just not getting it all done, or you're trying to push too much into a day, or you're burdening yourself with things that no longer matter, or they don't have value in your life anymore and you keep dragging those along? Stop. Okay, stop. Take that sack off your back, lay it down on the ground, take all those wands out, and you're going to see some that have great growth potential. You're going to be like, I'm taking this forward with me. And there's other things that you're going to realize are just dead weight. And those are the ones that you want to release, let go. We are in this beautiful energy right now of creation and birthing something and stepping into new opportunities. And, we won't even, it'll just be those aha moments and those little epiphanies. We go and we do a workshop because somebody dragged us to it. We didn't want to do the workshop, but how could we say no? And so we go and we find out we have this real hidden talent. We didn't even know we had this talent. And it might be rough, but wow, this was fun and really something that I'd like to do and pursue going forward. You didn't even know you had that talent before because you were never put in a position to bring it to the table, bring it out into the open. So things like that can happen. And this is a transit that, yes, we'll be feeling it today. I think it's exact today, but we'll be feeling it for a while because it's two big planets talking. And Pluto is just started retrograde, so Pluto's really just standing still in the sky. Jupiter's the only one moving on us. So, okay, what do we got here first? We got the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about gratitude. It's about giving thanks. It's about taking time to talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, and say, this is where I am. I'm so grateful that you surround me with protection and love and guidance. And please, please, as I go forward, show me the answers, show me the opportunities, bring those people towards me that can help me, be successful in my walk. And bring me joy and bring me happiness. Bring me the things. And thank you for doing that. So, and I am doing a gratitude thing right now between my Patreon and Facebook. So either or. Facebook, I'm releasing a little bit slower than the Patreon. But it's just maybe a couple of sentences and then a couple of self-reflection questions for yourself to help you kind of think, well, how can I write about gratitude every single day of my life? How can I journal this, Tilly? So I'm trying to give you different avenues and different ways of looking at it. Trust me, it comes very easy after you do it for a little bit. But it's about being thankful and saying thank you and thanking God, your angels, your spirit guide, that divine presence for the opportunities that you don't even know that you're going to be stepping into, for the beauty that they have laid out for you to walk towards, and expect it to be there. For goodness sakes, expect it to be there. Don't hope, don't wish. Expect. Eight of Pentacles. Now, whatever you are hoping for, whatever you are wishing for, oh my gosh, this is a roll up your sleeves and get to work kind of card. Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles here. First of all, we see what we can do. When we apply ourselves, we know what we can do. And we're kind of looking at that today and saying, you know what? I could raise the bar on myself a little bit on that. I could free up time here or energy there or resources over here in order to push myself forward. I've been talking so much about scratching that potential. We don't really do it, okay, in our lifetimes unless we are consciously trying to bring out our best at all times. And it's a hard thing to do because we're not taught to do that, right? We're not supposed to stand out. What makes us better than anybody else? Anybody ever hear that growing up? What makes you better than anybody else? What makes you think that you are going to do that when there's so many people on the planet with so many talents and abilities? Seriously, you're going to do that. Of course you're going to do that because you do have the talents, the ability, and the potential, and you know it, and you raise the bar on yourself today. But it's going to take work. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take perseverance. It's going to take discipline. And we're not going to feel like any of those things because the planets are all getting along for the most part, and they have been. So we feel a little bit more relaxed. There's not a lot of clashing going on up there, which causes clashing in our lives. So we have to consciously push ourselves right now to take the steps, to do the work. Roll up our sleeves. Don't look for the shortcut. If it sounds too good to be true, chances are it is. Yet, I'm going to tell you, don't close the door on it. There might be something to it. Under this energy, very possible. And look at this, the World card. The World card has been really, really showing up lately, hasn't it? We have a frequent flyer. I think I said that before with a card. The World card is about tidying up those loose ends. Once again, when we go back to that 14 energy I was talking about, having more by having less, it's about leaving things in the past, not taking it forward with you, tying up loose ends, putting a completion on something. so that you can move forward, so you don't feel like there's an anchor tied around your ankle, for goodness sakes. So you can walk. What was our shadow card? So we don't walk like this, but we walk with a bounce in our step, an excitement, an anticipation for what's coming, knowing it's good. The more you can start to bring that positive thought right now into it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. It's going to work out. It's going to be great. I don't know how it's going to happen. Really, I don't need to know how it's going to happen. I just need to look for the opportunities. And Jupiter with Pluto, we see the opportunities more than we normally would. We get those aha moments. We get those epiphanies. We see things for the first time that we've been walking by for most of our lives, maybe. Or we step into an opportunity that allows us to bloom for the first time in a talent and ability that we didn't even think we had. And it takes you on new paths, new opportunities. Letting go. Learn to let go. It's about letting go today. Absolutely. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the World card. We've got the 14 energy. It's about letting go so that you can create, that you can manifest that 3 energy. We want to embrace that 3 energy today of giving birth to something, creating something, inventing something. And perhaps it's us. It could be very personal, absolutely. Or it could be out there, a big project that you've always wanted to do or be a part of. Absolutely. Letting go, learn to let go. And that's not the easiest thing. It takes a lot of emotion. I'm in some ways finally cleaning out the estate and everything. It's about letting go. And so I'm with you. I know how hard it is. It's very easy for me to say it, but know that I also have to walk the walk too. I don't get any free tickets with what I do. And sometimes I think they make the challenges just a little bit harder so I can relate to even more people as I go along my path. But it's necessary right now. Life is constantly changing and nothing ever stays the same. People come, they go. Some exit quietly without you even realizing it, and some go with a loud bang. In the constant flowing changes of life, we get stuck with unhealthy habits, unhappy relationships, unrewarding jobs, unrealized dreams. The list continues. You may have created an unhealthy attachment or bond to something or someone that no longer serves you in a positive way. You have the courage to acknowledge the situation and know that change needs to happen. It will bring with it a newfound freedom and spiritual growth. The mantra is, I'm ready to free myself from situations that no longer serve me. I'm ready to free myself from situations that no longer serve me. And that is a beautiful thing to be saying on a day like today, when it really release. It seems like release is probably our biggest step today, letting go of things so that we do have a bounce in our step, so that we can really embrace that confidence and really take a chance on ourselves, a risk on ourselves, and open ourselves up to our dreams, our goals, our passions. And maybe some of them have been pushed down so far deep inside that you didn't even realize they were still there, but they just might be. And when they come out, embrace them and see where you go with it. Okay, let's get our animals here. Get busy. Get busy. The bee with get busy. I don't have a book. Yes, I do. Busy, active, goal setting, and fertility. I kid you not. The happiest people are those who are too busy to notice whether they are or not. So, Did you notice this over the last couple of days? I don't know if it's here right now. It probably isn't because I'm talking about it. The energy. You see that energy? It's amazing. B tells you it's time to get busy. Instead of trying to get all your projects done by yourself, ask for assistance. Everybody has strengths. Some are leaders while others are followers. Know what category you fit best in and use that to your advantage. While you may hate to clean, there's others who love it. While you might love to organize, other people may need your direction. There shouldn't be any shame in your talent. Bring it out and celebrate it. Cooperation and delegation is key with B. Embrace B by taking small steps, but begin a project or task in front of you, even if it seems impossible. Any action is action towards fulfilling your goal. Any action is action towards fulfilling your goal. Please remember that. If you want to be, one of the most important things to remember if you want to be successful is that procrastination will be your biggest enemy. And so we don't want to rest on our laurels right now. We don't want to kick it back, take her down a step. You really want to utilize this energy and embrace this energy and really just embrace you and take a risk on yourself and set those goals and put those dreams in place, those visions of your tomorrow, and then expect them to come in. Just like our first card with the Three of Wands, was it? Knight of Wands. Sorry. Expect it. Ask for it, say thank you for it, and then expect it. It's as simple as that. And get excited about it. I guess that's the little sideline. Get excited about it. Okay, so delaying things will only sabotage your goal. Don't lose hope. Remain determined. B is known for fertility, and this may be a sign to add a right time to add a child to your life. Maybe you'll hear from somebody else that she is pregnant, or maybe you want to give birth to an idea, a thought of what can be your tomorrow if you go after it. You may want to start an exercise program. B lets you know that in order to motivate yourself, you may need to work as a team. Instead of running on a treadmill, join a volleyball team. Instead of walking around the block by yourself, ask a neighbor to join you. The pressure you put on yourself will greatly decrease if you engage others who can help to motivate you. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.